So in the ascension process, a lot of our friends and relationships change, and the dynamic that we move from is the lower vibrational energies of dominance or control or gossip or blame or victimhood or what following celebrities or and this is all external things. These are all looking outside of ourselves for answers and for validation and for gathering our energy. So when we move into the higher dimensions of ascension, we are actually our own energy source. We no longer require to engage in things that lower our energy or demand energy from us in this manner anymore, about perhaps looking to celebrities to see how we want to be, or blaming other people for our situation. We take much more responsibility when we become ascended, and when we become much more conscious. And that's why you may drift away from certain friends who are quite bitchy, gossipy, two-faced, backstabbing, or belittling other people, or one-upmanship, very competitive, because the ascension moves into collaboration and cooperation, and because we recognize that we are all one and everything is part of us. So when we are being mean about one person, we're actually being mean about ourselves. And the softening that steps into our lives when we go on this ascension journey is a softening to other people as well, and we live and let live a lot more. This isn't the world has been designed in that manner. The 3D world that we're leaving was designed in that manner. The news perpetuate this divide, politics perpetuate the divide, and academic education perpetuates the divide. There's always a winner, a loser, a trophy. You know, we have our schoolwork is marked with red pens and all these things. So when we move into the higher consciousness, our relationships change, and they move away from how long we move away from time. So you don't need to know someone for long to connect. Whereas before, in the 3D, historically, you need to know people for a long time before you start letting down these barriers of trust and into sharing and caring and union. Whereas in the new paradigm, it's your energy that does the talking. It's the energy that speaks. Energy is your currency. The energy of your aura is the currency, and your integrity is the currency that you will be using. So people will connect with you by feeling your aura, and they'll just know that you're safe. They'll know that they can trust you, and they'll know that you're reliable and do what you'll say, and you'll actually feel the same way about them. You'll be able to gauge the level and the quality of your relationship through these. This noise is actually the cicadas. It sounds like a pulse. It's beautiful. I'm in the rainforest and it's wonderful. It's a brilliant place. So we don't need to have family ties. We don't need to have blood connections. We don't need to have lots of time or decades to make relationship connections. We can actually just resonate when we know who we are, when we truly are, without coming to the table with an agenda or with a neediness in our energy field. When we feel whole, we can create much more conscious relationships, developing a deeper consciousness as well. And they're respectful, they have clear boundaries, they act in integrity, and they take full responsibility for their behaviour and for their impact of their behaviour. So these conscious relationships are very adept at sitting down round the table, avoiding blame, and taking responsibility, and they have the ability to say, sorry, I didn't realise, or okay, I could have done that better, and also to be accountable, and most importantly, to be adjustable. So it's not about being perfect, it's about having the ability to pivot, as some would say, or adjust. So you say, okay, well, I'll take that information on, and I'll move forward. So when you hear these signs in people, these signposts of having their own energy, not needing other people to fill their energy field, being responsible for their moods and their behaviour, avoiding blame, being accountable, which is slightly different from responsible, but being accountable for what's going on around them and within them as well, and also being able to adjust. When they're able to adjust and have an open-minded and open-hearted view, that makes them able to take on more information. Whereas the old paradigm was people talking to each other and relating to each other to reinforce a worldview that they already held. So they keep talking and keep connecting until they become agreeable to each other rather than finding out what the real truth is. So these are the points to look for in your relationships, and be aware that you can connect with people really quickly and they'll trust you and they'll believe in you and they'll know you and they'll love you much more quickly than in the old paradigm, where it had to be earned and it was blood relatives and it was things like that. So in the new paradigm, time doesn't really exist, and that's why these relationships can happen very quickly, because they're connecting through energy and they're connecting through responsibility, accountability, integrity, and the ability to adjust, the ability to take on new information. And you'll feel these people and they will feel you. I can absolutely guarantee you that the strength of the currency, energetic currency, is the strength of your relationships in the future.